Hey, campers. It is November 20th, 2025. It's Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. And, wow. Absolute classic. Let me get this out of the thing. Maiden Japan. The mini LP. I guess an EP. Now, I know this was reissued, and the reissue has that sticker of it's gray and Eddie's on there. This is the real, the original one. This is the Capitol version. I got in probably 86. And as far as I know, this is no reissue. This is cool. Look at the fan club and everything in the back. Look at that. That is awesome. And what a lineup, man. Now, as much as I love Adrian Smith, and I do love Adrian Smith, if Paul Di'Anno's going to be in the band, I'd rather have Dennis Stratton. But I put this on today for the first time in God knows how long. Not a big live album guy. I've said that before. And the live albums I like are pretty much the standard ones that are pretty popular. Tribute album, Live After Death. Beast Over Hammersmith is a great one. Kiss Alive 2. I prefer 2 to 1, but still Live 1 is good too. Again, I know, studio. I know. But this one has kind of fallen through the cracks for me. Haven't listened to it in forever. So I put it on today, and I was just blown away. Now, I'm gonna rank it real quick. It's a 5. And because the songs that are on here are all absolutely phenomenal. Running Free, Remember Tomorrow, Wrathchild Killers, Innocent Exile, I would all consider 5s. And this sounds so good. The band is so good. I don't know if there's any studio in this. I hope not, because they sound awesome on this album. I forgot how good this is. I even have a CD which is supposed to be, and I got it off eBay. I know it's kind of popular, but it's supposed to be the whole show in Japan. I haven't even listened to that. I got it. I kind of put it on my shelf, and it's like, I'll listen to it later. Again, I don't jump for live albums. Kind of got it out of nostalgia for this album, but listen to this for the first time today, and God knows how long. This album is just so good. And Paul Di'Anno, and I'm more of a Bruce guy, for sure, but Paul Di'Anno just, those first 2 Maiden albums, they're Paul's albums. They really, really are. I know people really slam Bruce for a lot of the songs on the first 2 albums. I think Bruce does a great job. He does. I have no criticism when he's singing the songs from the first 2 albums. But these albums, the music is raw from the first 2 albums. And to hear this live, I got to listen to that CD now. That's supposedly the entire concert. Again, I don't think it's an official. But again, it's supposed to be this. It's supposed to be the whole concert. I have to listen to it and see, because if it is, then I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. But Paul sounds great. The band sounds great. And it's a shame, man, because it really does make you think, and I know Paul was totally messed up, blasted out of his mind constantly, drinking, drugs. His ego was through the roof. Every check mark, every checkbox you could hit for reasons to throw somebody out of the band, with the exception of, sleeping with somebody else's girlfriend in the band, he checked those checkboxes. So I get it. I get why Steve had enough of them. And also, Steve knew he could only, according to Steve, he could only take the band so far vocally. But God, he really, it makes you appreciate what a great singer he was. And I've always, Maiden, even Blaze Bayley was a good singer. I don't care for those two albums, but Blaze Bayley was a good singer. He couldn't sing Bruce's stuff. Couldn't sing any of the other stuff, but he sang, I hear the stuff live. He did okay for the stuff that he was on. But this is phenomenal. Yeah, this is absolutely a 5. This album is a 5. I mean, if I rank the albums, Innocent Exile maybe a 4, but on this version it's a 5. It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. And Paul's voice on Remember Tomorrow, there is a haunt to it that Bruce just, in my opinion, does not hit when he sings it live. These songs were written for Paul. They were written for the way he sings. And that comes out in these live versions. You almost expect his voice to crack at some points in a song like Remember Tomorrow when he hits those higher notes. He sounds perfect. And then Killers, I'm not a singer by any means. I think that Remember Tomorrow and Killers would probably be the two most difficult songs to sing. And it's that song. It's a Paul song. It's phenomenal. He doesn't miss a beat. And then of course the band. The band is so phenomenal. And man, when I'm talking about Paul, I got to talk about Clive. I love Nico. I love Clive more. And I just think there was more power. There was Clive. Nico's drumming is great. But man, the thunderous drumming of Clive Burr, and that comes across on this album too. And I will say, and I know it's easy to say because they're the two guys that are gone. We love them and we want to pay tribute to them. But I will say they are the two guys that stand out on this album. They really, really are. And maybe I'm listening with my heart, more my ears, and it's kind of what I want to hear. Because don't get me wrong. I mean, Adrian's phenomenal. Dave Murray is my favorite member of Iron Maiden, and he's outstanding. Most underrated, criminally underrated guitar player on the planet. And Steve Harris is, behind Geezer Butler, the best bass player on the planet, in my opinion, as well. But man, thank God we have this, because we got to hear Paul and Clive, and they absolutely shine on this mini LP. And I love it. This record is dedicated to all the headbangers, earth dogs, and metal merchants around the world. Thanks for making our first world tour such a success. God, who else is? Let's see. Of course, Rod, Smallwood, Sanctuary Music, Zomba Enterprises, things that we've heard. Let's see. Who else do they thank? The Killer Crew. Mr. Udo, you hear that name. Everybody who went to Japan from like the 60s through the beginning of the millennium, Mr. Udo was the man. And you hear, there's got to be a documentary about this guy. There has to be, and I got to find it, because anytime he has ever come up, it was like you could ask for a jet to race a Ferrari, and he get it like that. He just had to make a phone call. He was like God in Japan. And everyone loved him and respected him. Was it Randy Bear? No, it's not Randy Bear. It's the wife. Okay, anyway, that's a future video. No, we can't. No surprises. Important. No surprises. Really? I mean, great song, but okay. So we're in the.
I was wondering if that would end in divorce or not.
No, if we're still together after this long, you're just like herpes. You're stuck with me. So we're doing an Ozzy bracket, and she just gave me hers. Interesting. Wow. I was kind of surprised with. All right, I'm not going into it because the girls have to do theirs. We're going to do it over the next few days. There are versions of this around, and again, I think that bootleg, or maybe it's not a bootleg. I don't know what it is. You can find it. There are versions of this around. If you don't have it, get it in some way, shape, or form. Absolutely phenomenal. It almost really makes me want to go on the hunt to find, and I know it's not going to be great quality. Maybe it will. Who knows what we'll find. To find a live album with Dennis Stratton. And God, I would. And see, here's the thing. You know, Bruce can be an ass. Let's not mix words here. He can be an ass. He absolutely has mellowed over the years. And I said this before. Bruce would have been fine. And I truly believe that with Clive Burr and Paul Di'Anno and Dennis Stratton coming up on stage and playing a few songs for several concerts. I think he would have been fine with that. You're not going to replace Bruce Dickinson. They're not going to. Paul Di'Anno wasn't going to come back and after, I did a couple gigs, I played 3 songs and now, it's like the Kiss reunion. It wasn't going to happen. It was Steve. Steve, man, did he stubborn. He's just absolutely stubborn about it. So, I would love, and I think Bruce would be fine with it too. They've got to have something in the vault with that first lineup. I'd love to hear it. I'm sure we'd all love to hear it. Big Dennis Stratton fan. Actually, I follow him on Facebook. He's really cool too. He can. I'm not even gonna BS and say I've had any kind of conversation with him because that's a lie. But he'll respond to posts and whatnot, and talk a tiny bit here and there. Great guy. Great guy. But hopefully there'll be something that's released and real quality, not just a bootleg. But I kind of want to see if I can find. I'll look on YouTube, see if there's any actual video. I mean, I know there's video. I've seen video, but I don't know if there's any full concerts. Who knows? We'll see. All right. Well, Made in Japan, man. I mean, I had a little keychain, those plastic keychains with the insert of the albums, and they'd split apart. I had this forever, and I mean forever. I had this on a keychain. I loved it, and I remember that thing broke, and I was so pissed. And I tried to glue it, and it didn't work. And this is my favorite Eddie version. Now, my favorite Eddie is on Killers. But the long hair before the Peace of Mind lobotomy garbage, I hate that. This is my Eddie, and just the samurai sword. Oh, come on, awesome. Peace of Mind, Made in Japan, absolutely phenomenal, and pick it up, listen to it, love it. 5 for me. All songs on this, all versions of the songs on this. 5, boom, 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 boom. All right, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you